Hello! Welcome to another episode of the Bert's Books podcast.
You haven't done a test that this is working.
Yeah, it'd be working.
Will it be working?
Yeah, look, it says there, right there, that one.
Okay.
We'll just go with it.
That's fine.
How are you?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. I've had a lot of fun this week.
Yes.
I've been playing with video clips and,
Yes,
and doing YouTubey stuff.
So I've seen.
So you said...
You're a YouTuber now,
I'm a YouTuber now. No, so I said that I was going to do my January roundup.
Yes.
And I did.
Well done.
So I haven't put it live yet as we speak.
Okay.
But it will be live by the time people listen to this.
Okay, fine.
So people can go to YouTube and they can hear me talk about some of the books I've already talked about on the podcast.
Yes.
But also some of the books I haven't yet talked about.
But can they watch you doing it too?
They can watch me.
I know.
With very little umming.
Yeah. Yes, because the 3 minutes of umming have been relegated to their own
removed
video.
and put into their own video.
It's all just like... It's like deleted scenes on a DVD, isn't
Yeah.
it? Oh.
Did make me laugh a lot doing that.
If you want to do it properly now, you need to do like a director's commentary over the original video.
Yes. Oh,
well.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yes. How have you been? What have you been up to?
I have been here. I saw some friends at the weekend. I made a discovery at the weekend. This has nothing to do with books at all. But
Have
this
you
is just
found
a fact.
the skeleton of Agatha Christie?
No, I know where that is.
Are you sure?
Yes, I discovered at the weekend. Did you know bowling alleys open at 10 a.m? That feels wrong. Who wants to bowl at 10 a.m?
I mean, I'm not against it.
Bowling in the afternoon's weird enough, but bowling in the morning, it's perverse.
But it does feel like it's a room without windows, and those shouldn't exist until late afternoon.
I think it's that. Bowling alleys are strange. They sort of feel like you're inside a computer game.
It's
You could probably kill someone in a bowling alley and it wouldn't count, you know?
Let's not try that.
No, but they feel otherworldly.
Yes, I can imagine. There's a lot of horror that's set in bowling alleys, actually, isn't there?
Is there?
Yeah, have you not, there's sort of weird gothic horror in sort of film and TV that happens in bowling alleys.
That's Grease too. That's not horror and gothic.
But also, I sort of see what you're saying. Like, if somebody was murdered in a bowling alley, you wouldn't think to ring the police. You'd just go and get the man who's got the keys to the grabbing machine.
Exactly, yeah, that would do, yeah. Weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was all.
A bit like cinemas. If you leave a cinema and it's still daylight outside, that's weird.
Yeah, that's always weird too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway,
yes, how was your weekend?
I went away, sort of.
Yes, you did.
I nipped up to London on Friday evening
Lovely.
to have a few sherries.
Just a few.
Just a few, and a nice relaxed evening with some friends. I got
in a club.
I got to bed at 5 a.m.
Well done, good.
And I'm slightly. I did say this to. I was actually. So I was there with a friend who was running the night,
right? And
so I had to stay because I was staying at his. So I had to stay to the end. The end was 4 a.m. He lived an hour away. That's why I got to bed at 5.
Sure.
But he. I realised about 2 a.m, 2:30, I was slightly too sober.
Yeah.
And slightly too ageless
yeah.
to still be up at that time.
You're gonna keep on going with that, aren't
yes.
you? But
so next time I'm just going to get absolutely trolleyed.
It's the answer.
And that's the answer.
That's the answer.
But then Saturday, more than made up for it, because I started the day in London,
mm-hmm.
and I needed to finish the day in Reading. So I was going for dinner with a friend. So I just very slowly went for brunch with another friend, then very slowly bumbled around from cafe to cafe, jumped on a train every now and then, and I had a million cups of tea, and I read my book, and I wrote some stuff, and I couldn't access any of my emails.
Very nice.
I didn't have my laptop with me. It was a proper day off.
I like it.
I might do it more often.
You and I are very different in that respect. You bounce from cafe to cafe. I would bounce from pub to pub.
Yes. Well, I mean, I'm sure a pub does a lovely Earl Grey, but
yeah, but you think, why bother? Use a cafe if you're going to do that, you know.
No, not for me.
No, exactly.
So we need to talk about books rather than clubbing.
Not Kevin.
And bowling.
Okay, yes.
So I'm going to talk today about the Barbecue at Number 9 by Jenny Godfrey.
Yes.
Because so Jenny Godfrey's book comes out this coming Thursday.
Yes, that sounds right.
She's coming to see us on Wednesday.
Lovely.
So we're going to have a lovely evening with Jenny and with Ellie Levinson, who wrote Room 706.
Yes, indeed.
So we're looking forward to that. And that is the middle one of 3 events. that I will tell you all about when we get to the end.
Yes, good.
Good, carry on. What are you going to talk about?
I'm going to talk about a Brandon Sanderson book, which is either called Mistborn or The Final Empire, depending on whether you bought it this year or it's been sitting on your shelf for 7 years waiting to be read.
Interesting. Good. Both of those, all three of those, are coming up on the other side of this music. Now, I think we can tell people now what you did.
I think we can, yes.
Because Jenny Godfrey came to the shop.
Yes.
Way back in October.
October, yeah.
With a proof copy of the Barbecue number 9.
She did.
You sent her straight back out again to get a second proof copy so that you could have one too.
In my defence, I got here before... I knew you were going to be a bit late, so I got here before you, got myself settled. The minute she walked through the door, I said... She had the proof copy in her hand. I was going, "Hi, Jenny." She was going, "Oh, hi." I went, "Have you only got one copy?" She went, "Yes." I went, "Alex won't let me read it before him, and he won't let me read it with him. I really want to read it." And she went, "I'll go get you another copy." So I was so pleased. She didn't have to do that, but I wasn't allowed to tell anybody.
No, but it's out this week.
Yes,
so people can not be jealous anymore.
No. I'm excited for you, actually. I'm excited for the people to get their hands on this.
So let's read the blurb. I'm going
Please
to read the blurb.
You do it.
It's the summer of 1985, and the residents of Delmont Close are preparing a neighbourhood barbecue to watch the biggest music event in history, Live Aid. A day like no other that will end having reached millions and changed the lives of all who attend. House-proud Lydia Gordon, whose idols are Princess Di and Delia Smith, is determined to put on a show that will impress everyone, with her posh garden and state-of-the-art television and her sweet husband and 2 children, Hannah and David. But as the guests flood into number 9, so do all of the secrets that have been kept in the close. Rita, a new neighbour from Australia, is hoping for a fresh start, but harbours a shocking event in her past. Steve, a young Falklands veteran, battles his own demons, and Mr. Wilson is surely too good-looking to ever be trusted. But as the hours count down to the last performance of the night, it's Lydia who faces the heartbreaking truth that her immaculate home and flawless family might not be so perfect after all. And if each of their neighbours is guilty of hiding something, so are the Gordons at number 9.
Mm-hmm.
First time I've read that blurb.
Is it?
Yeah, because I don't like to read blurbs.
Yeah, see, I don't think I read the blurb, actually. I just read the book.
I don't think that really matches the book. So we get this book story told from Hannah's point of view. We get told from Rita's point of view, and Stephen's. Is it Steve?
Steve, yeah.
Steve's point of view. So Hannah's the young girl, 15, 16.
She's 16. Yeah, she's Lydia's daughter.
We never see it from Lydia's point of view.
No.
We do get a bit from her husband's point of view later on.
Yeah.
But not from hers.
Mm-hmm.
She is... I found Lydia a little bit irritating.
Yeah, I think
we're supposed to.
Yeah.
Because, again, you were seeing it from Hannah's point of view, and Hannah was just so frustrated with her mum.
Yeah.
Before we talk about the plot, I'm going to talk about the way it's written. Because I quite often... some people say to me, "Oh, how quickly do you read?"
Yes.
And I'll say, well, I can read 120 pages in an hour.
Yeah.
But that's got to be something like James Patterson, where the chapters are short and it's just boom, this happened, then this happened, then this happened. Something like A Little Life or I don't know, The Shards by Bret Easton Ellis. That takes me a lot longer to read.
Yeah.
A, the writing is smaller, but B, it's a little bit more. You got to take your time with it.
Yeah.
And List of Suspicious Things, it was not a 120 page an hour kind of book for me, but it was a bit. It wasn't 20 pages an hour.
Yeah.
But this one, I raced through, and I'm not saying it was like, it's not a James Patterson.
No.
It's not big writing, and it's not small chapters.
No.
But it's just so readable.
Isn't it? I raced through it as well.
And I think Jenny's style of writing just you get in, and then it's just like being on a I don't know, like a slide. You just keep going.
Yes.
The momentum of it is just, you need to know what's going to happen.
The characters
next.
you just get immediately.
Yeah.
You get them. You like most of them.
Yeah, but that's it. It's not like every page is ending in a cliffhanger.
No.
And you go, I got to read next. I got to read next. You just want
But you
to.
just exactly that. Exactly. I just couldn't put it down.
No, and I think if I hadn't been going to work, I wouldn't have. I would have probably if I'd been at home on a Sunday afternoon, I probably could have read this in one sitting.
Yes, yeah.
Across 3 or 4 hours.
I think I read it over 2 sit-ins. Sort of picked it up on the Sunday, started it Sunday evening, finished it sort of Monday afternoon.
Yeah, I started Sunday evening, finished it Monday night.
It's astonishing, absolutely astonishing.
I really liked it. Now, in terms of the plot, they're hosting a barbecue.
Yes, yeah.
Everyone's coming, but you get told like hour by hour.
Yeah.
And you get at the beginning of each hour, you get told who's performing on Live Aid.
I love that touch.
Which was great.
Yeah.
And then but actually, let's talk about that, because I know bits of Live Aid, like I know Queen, but a lot of them I didn't see it.
Of course you didn't, and I embarrassed myself. Oh, haven't you seen? Oh, didn't you watch Live Aid? Michael.
And I went, I wasn't born.
Because 1985 was only about 20
a week
years ago. Yeah. I did actually watch Live Aid. I'll put it out there.
Yeah.
I watched it. I can still remember it. It was amazing. We'd never seen anything like this before, and Jenny captured it perfectly with the bits that she picks out and puts in.
Yeah.
And
but what I thought was interesting was you didn't need to set this on Live Aid.
No.
It could have been any weekend.
Yes.
It could have been any barbecue.
It could have been a bank holiday. It could have been
a Jubilee. It could have been a royal wedding. They were just having and so you don't need to have seen Live Aid to read it. If you have, you'll remember that weekend.
Yeah.
And maybe that will help add a bit more atmosphere to it for you. But it's not about that. It's about those characters and as the blurb says, those secrets that they're hiding.
Yeah.
Now, was Rita? I couldn't work this out, and I think I may have missed a little bit. Was Rita Australian? No, she was English, then went over to Australia.
She married the Australian Des, the Australian preacher. He'd come to England, and that's how they met. But then he went back to Australia, asked her to marry him, and she went back with him.
Yes, that's right.
So she wasn't native Australian.
No. Okay, because she's kind of got the most intriguing story, I would say.
Yeah.
The most mysterious.
Oh, there's a dog in the shop.
There's a dog in the shop and he's not happy.
He's not happy. Pedro's not giving him a treat.
No, I heard he has. He said he didn't want a treat. So maybe he wants another one. So the shop was... the character of Rita I felt was the most intriguing. But Hannah has got her own mystery.
Yes.
Which, should we say what it is?
No.
No, okay.
No, I don't want to.
Okay, fine. It was borderline for me whether that was a spoiler or not.
Yeah.
But
I don't think it is, but I just don't want to put it out there.
No. And I think, but the way that's played is, early on, as a reader, what's going on, but you don't know the full story.
Yes.
So you're still trying to work it out, and you're like, oh, I think this.
Yes,
and then, no, it's not that. Yeah. It's something else. And that dog is not happy. We're going to have to go and have a look in a second. But then there's Steve.
Yes.
Now, Steve is...
I'll say about Steve, at the beginning, he bothered me. I thought, is he a bit odd, a bit spooky? Is he a bit,
Is he going to be a bad guy?
Peepy Tommy?
Yeah.
But I very quickly really, really liked Steve.
So he's come out of the army.
Yes. He's obviously got PTSD.
Yeah, he's not coping.
No.
And
lives with his mum.
He's watching the street because he's protecting the street.
Yeah, he's making notes of the comings and goings, and he doesn't like to leave the house.
No.
He doesn't like to mix with people. And he's quite tall.
He's very tall. Lurch,
they call him, yeah. And he knows. He knows they do.
And then there's a couple of... and what's really good is at the beginning, obviously, there's a map.
Yes.
We do love a map.
Do love a
of
map.
the street. And it's a fairly new close, isn't it? So lots
new
of
wimpy
family,
build, isn't it? Yeah.
Lots of families are in there.
And there's different sizes and different styles of the houses, and of course Lydia's at the top end in one of the deluxe detached
five
bedrooms detached, and she's got this new big screen TV, so she actually wants
which is probably
to show
about
off.
The size of a small screen TV these days.
Yes, she wants to show off, and this is the ideal opportunity.
And what I thought was, I slightly worried at the beginning was this map and then a list of names, and I thought, I'm gonna be overrun with characters.
Yeah, it's a big cast, isn't it?
But you're not
no,
overrun,
you're not.
like, because you stick with the main ones, and then there's just people around.
Yes, yeah.
Which I liked.
Yeah.
And I just loved this book. It was really good. I don't know. It's hard to say that it was better than List of Suspicious Things.
Okay.
Because to me they're very different.
They are very different. That's true. That's true.
But in terms of what it was, it was great. I just loved it.
Yeah. I spoke to you about this, and you didn't have the same. I got emotional on a few occasions, and it's as you find out more backstory of certain characters, it was just stopped me in my tracks a little bit, and I was really emotional.
Yeah.
And when I finished it, I was very emotional.
I didn't get emotional.
No, I did.
Not in that same way. But I felt a kick, especially at the end.
Yes. Yeah.
Which I kind of saw coming.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
I don't think I did.
I don't think
naive.
I don't think I'd. Like, I wasn't overly surprised by it.
Okay.
But it still kicked.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I there's some characters there that I'd like to know more about. We've had an episode of Shelf Life. In fact, the last episode that we had of Shelf Life was with Jenny Godfrey.
Yes.
And she tells us a little bit about what's coming up for her next.
Oh, lovely.
And she's writing a book called 1997.
Excellent.
And it's going to be set all around the 97.
Yes, yeah.
Because all the big events of that year.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to say to her, can some of these characters rock up? Because I want to know what they're up to.
Yes.
I want to know what Steve's doing.
Yes.
I want to know what Rita's doing.
Yes.
I'm not so worried about the Gordons. I feel like we left them in a good place.
Yes, I think we did.
I think they're
fine.
Not always a good place, but like it
wasn't. I didn't expect them to end up in a good place. Exactly.
Resolved.
Yes. Yeah.
But I'd like to know. I feel like the ending of Steve's story, and the ending of Rita's story was more of a end of part one.
Yes. Yeah, we could certainly revisit for sure.
So maybe in 97
Yeah,
we'll get some
nice.
of these characters.
That'd be nice.
Even maybe I'll send her a message.
Yeah, do that.
Because she's still writing it.
Yeah.
And she is coming to an event this week.
Very good.
I believe it's this week.
I think it should be this week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I might have put this out a week early.
Yeah. There's an event.
There's an event
this week or
coming.
Next week.
There is an event coming. Hopefully,
Yes.
there's still tickets so you can come along and say hello.
Yes.
And get yourself a copy of The Barbecue at number 9.
You don't want to miss this one.
There is also time to get yourself a signed and dedicated copy, because she's going to sign and dedicate them as well. So make sure that you do that. Head to birdsbooks.co.uk. Thank you very much for your input on this one, Sally.
That's quite all right.
It's time for my favourite part of the week, and that is, of course, the bestseller charts. This is where we look at what is selling across the country, seeing what the top 10 is for the previous week, and we're going to look at what the top 5 for the Bert's Books pillar of popularity. So these are the books that sell just in the shop. We're going to start with that nationwide top 10 as ever. And at number 10, it's the Bert's Books favourite, Alice Feeney, with her My Husband's Wife. Now, obviously, that's been on the pillar for a few weeks. That's old hat for us. We've had the stock since the beginning of January. But Alice's book was officially released this week, just gone, and that means it's entered the charts at number 10. Number 9, It Should Have Been You by Andrea Mara. Coco Wyo is number 8, up one place with their Cozy Corner colouring book. It's a new entry at number 7 for Lauren Roberts' Fearless. It is one of 6 new entries in the top 10 this week. We've had 3 already. We've got 3 more still to go. At number 6, down 3 places, it's The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. Also down 3 places, it's Heated Rivalry by Rachel Reed. And at number 4, down 3 places, it's Don't Let Him In by Lisa Jewell. That means our 3 new releases still to go are all in the top 3. And it's Dilly Court who starts them off at number 3 with The Wild Rose. At number 2, it's one of those subscription box titles. Claire Sager's King of Ravens is number 2. And at number 1, with an astonishing 37,918 copies sold in its first few days on sale, it's Dear Debbie by Frida McFadden. I think it's going to be Frida's year. You know, that's her best week sales to date, and she's still got a few books still to come later this year. Let's take a look now at the pillar of popularity. Frida McFadden was on there last week. Will she still be on there this week? I'll give you a little spoiler and say no, she's not. Because at number 5, it's Robert Biddulph's new book, The Last Wolf. And at number 4, Ellie Levinson's Room 706. That has been out for a little while, but ahead of her coming to visit us next week, she has entered the pillar for the first time. Drive Your Plough Over the Bones of the Dead by Olga Tokarczuk. That is at number 3. First time on the pillar of popularity for that one so far this year, but it did feature there several times last year. Slaughterhouse 5 by Kurt Vonnegut is our latest book club pick, and that is at number 2. Now, normally that goes to number 1, but it has been pipped this week by Frederick Backman's My Friends, the only book to carry over from last week from the pillar, and in fact, it's the second week at number 1 for it. Will it manage a third? Well, there is only one way to find out, and that is by listening to the Burst Books podcast. So I'm always quite intrigued by Mistborn, Brandon Sanderson.
Yes.
It's part of the Cosmere universe.
Yes.
But this is book 1 of the Mistborn series.
Yes, which I think is the first book of them all.
I think it's the first one we send out.
Yeah.
But I think there is a prequel.
Oh, okay.
But this is the first one
that
generally in the Cosmere world.
Right. Yes. Fine.
But it's not always called Mistborn.
So it's called Mistborn because the trilogy is called Mistborn, and now book 1 is called Mistborn Book 1. The edition I have is called The Final Empire, which was the original title of the first book, and it's been sitting on my shelf for about 6 or 7 years waiting to be read, and they've obviously changed the title in the meantime. But I finally read it because it's a chunky fella.
It is a chunky fella,
and I suddenly, you know, it's something you just see a book and you can go, no, and suddenly you just go, no, now. Yes, if I don't do it now, it's never going to happen. So it was like, I have to do this now. So I read it over the weekend. Do you want the blurb?
Yes.
This one?
You read it over one weekend?
No, I read it in about 5 days.
Okay.
But still, that's given how big it is.
Yeah,
5
that's
days is
impressive.
For 1,000 years the ash fell. For 1,000 years the scar slaved in misery and lived in fear. For 1,000 years the Lord Ruler reigned with absolute power and ultimate terror, divinely invincible. Every attempted revolt has failed miserably. Yet somehow hope survives. A new kind of uprising is being planned, one that depends on the cunning of a brilliant criminal mastermind and the courage of an unlikely heroine, a Scar Street urchin, who must learn to master allomancy, the power of a Mistborn.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So I know nothing about this world.
No. I knew a little bit. I've got a friend who's really into this series, and for years he's been
Who's
going... my friend Adam. You
Adam.
don't know Adam.
I don't know Adam.
You don't know Adam. He's been going on for years and years ago. I love him. I love Brandon Sanderson. He's amazing. You need to read some Brandon Sanderson. Now, I have already made him obsessed with Agatha Christie, so it was fair that this was time for me to come back on this. So this is a big, sprawling fantasy world. There's maps in the beginning. You'll be
Another
happy.
map.
There's maps at the beginning of the city and where the city is in the world, which is all very lovely. There is also a glossary in the back because some of the magic is explained in that. So I spent a lot of time flicking back and forth in this book going, where are we? What does this do? Oh, okay.
I'm going to tell you now, I'm never going to read this.
No, that's fine.
Not because I don't want to, But there's like 27 books in this world.
This is the other thing. This was the risk of doing this one and going, oh no, I'm going to have to read the next one. Because this is, like I said, this one's a trilogy, this set. And I was really worried it was going to end in like a proper place of like a... Yeah. And it kind of does, but not in such a way that I've now gone, oh my god, well I need to know what happens next. It sort of ties up things enough. We'll get into the end before we've done even how it starts. But yes, I think I probably would go to the other one again, but not for a while. Because again, they're all quite big. But the premise of this is basically a big fantasy kingdom. The Scar are the poor people who live in the shadows of the noblemen and the big noble houses. And this is where I'm going to start forgetting everyone's names, because they're all sort of fantasy-ish names. But Kelsia, I believe, yes, is... I
forget normal people's names.
Exactly. So he's like a criminal mastermind guy who's trying to stage an uprising that will destroy this Lord Ruler and the kingdom. And it's been in place for 1,000 years, but he reckons he can do it. And he starts building these armies and everything. And then his attention is drawn to Vin, who is a 16-year-old street urchin girl who has slightly magical powers. And she can control people's emotions, sort of, from a thing. And she doesn't really understand why she can do this. And she meets Kelsia, and he says... You're an Allomancer. You're actually a Mistborn.
You're an Allomancer, Harry.
Exactly. You're a Mistborn, which means you can control all aspects of Allomancy. So Allomancy is the magic system in here, which is a very clever magic system, and it's based on metal. You consume tiny bits of metal, and then you can burn them, and it gives you extra power.
Oh, okay. So that's very similar to Babel.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So in Babel, they don't consume it, but it's all based on silver, and you have to. So you have to come up with a word that does what you need it to do. Yeah. So you engrave it on that piece of silver, but then it's sort of like one side might be off, the other side might be on. So it has like the two opposites.
Clever.
But you have to have the word has to be perfect.
Yeah.
To get it to do exactly what you need it to do.
That's very cool. So again, it's similarly the opposite in this. So there's iron and the steel. So iron, for example, will pull metal towards you. Steel will push it away. But if the metal's heavier than you, you will be pulled or pushed away from it towards it. So it's all very clever. So you can then fly by putting metal on the ground and hovering over it, and yes. Those powers. There's tin and pewter, which will enhance your senses. Brass and zinc, which will soothe and inflame emotions, and copper and bronze, which will hide what you're doing or reveal that there's other people around doing the same thing. So Kelsia decides that Vin is going to be important in this situation, and basically can start infiltrating one of the big noble houses, which will get them in to find ways to get rid of the Lord Ruler, while he and his gang, who are all really good cast characters, start building up armies that are going to destroy the city. Obviously, it doesn't all go to plan.
No, very rarely does.
Very rarely does. But Vin learns how to use all these different abilities, and it turns out, as always the case in these things, she's a bit of a natural with these things, and can do things that the others can't necessarily do.
You never follow the person who can't do it.
No, but I always think that. You kind of go, I always think when you read a book and you kind of go, oh, what are the odds that all this happens to this one person? You're going to, yes, but that's the point of the book.
Yeah, you wouldn't be reading.
Exactly, you wouldn't be reading if it wasn't happening to one person.
And this person woke up and had breakfast and went to bed.
Exactly, yes. So Vin, some of the best scenes in it actually are not even the high magical ones. They are ones where she's at like the big balls at the noblemen's parties and everything, and there's all the court scenes and everything, which I think is just because I've been watching Bridgerton all weekend as well. Lovely. So I was very into the mood for that. And she is not at all someone who likes to dress up feminine clothes, but she had to go to these parties, and she meets
again. That's quite a regular kind of. This is a character we've seen before.
Exactly. Yeah. And then she meets Elend, who is a nobleman and the heir to one of the big houses, but he has no interest in the socialising, the getting married, the balls and everything. He turns up to all the parties with a stack of books and goes, sits in the corner and reads.
Nice.
And she gets to know him because she stood around waiting for the party to end, basically, and he comes up to where she sat and just like, this is where I sit to read and you're in my light, can you please go away? But they become friendly, but obviously he's on a different side to her and everything. So yes, and then it all spirals out from there. It was genuinely... Not that I thought it was going to be bad, but it was better. But it was better than I thought it was going to be. It's quite dense, but also once you're into it, it's very good, and it has that thing that all fantasy books have, where you spend a lot of time going, "What does this mean? I don't understand what these names mean." You know, it's all like because it's a whole other world that they're doing. So there is a lot of that of trying to work out who everyone is and what's going on. But the thing that really got me was the magic system. This allomancy is really clever, and And yeah, I just found that really enjoyable. Like you said, the characters and things, you've seen these sort of characters before, but the magic system was a slightly different twist on that, which I really enjoyed that. And
this was written 20 years ago?
2009.
Okay.
This one is, yeah. So he's been busy.
Yeah.
But yes, I really enjoyed it as a good proper adventure.
I'm always interested in sort of fantasy because it's obviously not set in this world.
No.
But it's still a product of its time. So can you see like the sensibilities of early noughties coming through? Or does it feel like it could have been written now?
It feels like it could have been written now. Actually, it feels more like it could have been written now because it's sort of... You can take it as a big allegory for destroying fascism. Let's look at the state of the world. So there is that element to it. I don't think it's really particularly tied to the noughties. And also, it's an entirely new world, planet, whatever you like. So there's no overlap with what we have. But again, it has that element of fantasy thing that I always find strange, is that they are all stuck in the medieval period.
Yes!
And you just got to go, where's the magic with computers? What happened 4,000 years later? Like, I know that Lord of the Rings is meant to be our past, isn't it? But it's...
Is it our past?
It's meant to be, like a previous age of us. Humans are the only ones that survived through to now.
And Game of Thrones is very much based on medieval Britain.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So this is medieval something, but it's not quite clear where. And you get a lot of things like the sort of... The other thing I find with these is often world building bogs you down. And while there is a lot of the magic explosion, it's not constant, and you have sort of like... So she's a Mistborn, she can do all of these magic metals and have all these spells. Most people specialise in just one.
Oh.
So in the gang, she's then like goes to one of them to learn how to use the copper, one how to learn to use tin, and so on. So you get lessons in all these things.
You're right, though. It's interesting because essentially, to somebody born 500 years ago, what we now do with computers... You hold up an iPad, press a button, and sound comes out from a thing over the other side of the room. That is magic. Yeah. You would expect maybe they wouldn't have developed computers because no need for computers because they've got magic.
That's very much a thing. Yeah.
But they would still be living in shiny buildings, and but then I guess a lot of the time, the point of the magic is that they're in tune with nature.
Yeah, there's that sort of stuff. Yeah. Whereas it's odd because obviously this is based on metal, which is very much not part of nature. That's that is the opposite.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So it is.
Maybe that's something that develops through the series.
Possibly, it could go more because there's a lot of like legends and hints that there are more than these 8 metals, and there are other things that can do other things, and you do discover a couple of them that do other things, but it's never quite fully explained how or why or what they're for.
I don't know much about Brandon Sanderson, but I think one of the things I know is that he didn't include many LGBT characters in his books.
No.
Certainly at the beginning. And that was because I think he belonged to one of those churches in America that like very much anti-gay.
Oh, is he gay? I didn't...
No.
Oh, no, he's not. I thought that's where you were going with this.
No, there was a lot of... but later on, he's sort of come out, for want of a better phrase, as supporting gay rights and stuff, and I think he's changed his stance a bit on it, which I just find interesting.
I find it interesting
because there were people who were like, "Oh, I don't read those because he's anti-gay," and then he's later on gone, "I just can't, in good conscience, stop getting people from marrying."
Well, exactly.
So I find that quite an interesting journey for an author to have gone on.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I wonder if that gets reflected in the books later on. Very
possibly. There's very little sort of romance in this one anyway. There's a couple of bits of things, like Vin and Eland are sort of flirting with each other, and there's a bit of there's stuff going on. But there's nothing particularly major, and that's to its credit, I think, that it doesn't get bogged down.
Yeah, it doesn't need it. It doesn't need it at all. I mean, there's plenty enough going on in that. What, 800 pages?
650.
There you go.
Yeah, but so there's plenty else going on, and it is very clever. It made me laugh a couple of times as well, which is always nice. Because I think that's the thing with fantasy stuff, it bogs itself down so much in world building and look at the big legend and the big myth or quest we've got to do, and you go, it can be funny as well, it's okay. Yes. Yeah, the other thing I was going to say is what like I find interesting about not about this book, but you're saying LGBTQ people in fantasy and stuff, and people do avoid it. And I think that's because if you're trying to base it on medieval England or whatever, and that's why when they adapt it for TV, and everyone then goes, why is there a black person in medieval England? Well, A, there was. B, this is fantasy. And C, why don't we assume that maybe this was a world where we weren't so backwards and we were all racist and sexist? Let's just have everyone equal from the beginning, and then away we go. You're allowed to do that.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's fiction. You can do anything you like.
Exactly. So, yes.
So will you read the rest?
I might finish these 3 for this one, but whether I go on to the other ones...
Well, now that you've finished reading Agatha, you could read Brandon Sanderson a month.
Yeah, but they're a very different prospect, because they're much, much bigger.
They've got characters in it and everything.
Shut up. So, yeah, contemplating it, but I think... I'd be curious to see where this goes on to, but, yeah, like...
It feels like it could be all-consuming.
It's going to be one of those ones where I think you'd have to do them in quite a quick succession before you forget everything.
Yeah.
Like, it's been 2 days, I've already started forgetting names.
Yeah.
And, so...
I've also... Yeah. Right, so I have this rule with TV that I've developed over the last few years.
Years.
In that very rarely now will I watch a TV series...
that's not based on Star Trek.
That's not finished.
Oh, yeah.
So, because the likes of Netflix and HBO... just cancel stuff after 1 season.
But it's
so Stranger Things has just finished. I'm going to start watching that.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
But so I started because of people like George R.R. Martin. I've started to assign that also to books as well. Brandon Sanderson has made this sprawling world. I need him to at some point tie it up.
Yeah.
And he's got a plan, I know that. He's got a plan. He thinks he's going to write this many books in the series and da-da-da. He may not. Something may happen.
I think the difference with him is that they are sort of all set in the same universe, but there they are then like 3 or 4 stories within that universe. So you can, like, these are just 3, you can do these 3, and it won't impact on anything else.
Yes, but I'm not getting into the series as a whole.
No, exactly.
Until I know the series as a whole is resolved.
Exactly, that's very much a thing. The Netflix thing I find so fascinating, because it is like, they're so quick to go, oh no, we're not doing this anymore. No one watched it. And you go, yes, because everyone was waiting to see if you were going to cancel it, and then you just cancelled it. Like if you just because no one
trusts you anymore.
No, exactly, and because we don't all stop and go, well, that's on. We better all watch that tonight immediately, and watch all of it.
It's like, I'll watch it
exactly
next weekend.
Yeah, like Chaos was on Netflix last year. It was one of the best things I've ever seen, and they cancelled it after 2 weeks. They went, oh, we're not going to do another one of them because no one watched it. Yeah, no, because everyone's busy. I did genuinely once see an interview with the guy who runs Netflix and said our biggest rival is sleep. That is where they are. Is like they just want constant entertainment. And you're going to go, well...
this is so unrelated to books, but I think you'll find it interesting. And I can't remember the name of it. But there was a TV show that was cancelled, not after 1 episode, midway through an episode.
What?
It was pulled from the... Like, they just stopped airing it, and they said they weren't going to air anymore. So, I think...
I know another one that happened to, but I don't think it's the same one.
From the research that I did... I say research, 5 lines of an article that I read. It was that the cutting and the editing was so bum, 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 bum. People were feeling disturbed by it.
Oh, that does ring a bell.
So they just were like, right, we're not airing any more of this, and we're going to put something else on, and we're not putting this show on ever again.
Wild.
They had so many complaints just during the first half of that episode.
There was another one I can tell you about like that, which is, this is not books again either, but there was a British sitcom in the, I want to say early 90s, called Heil Honey, I'm Home.
Oh, I heard about that.
And it was Hitler and Eva Braun living next door to a family of Jews, and it was meant to be a hilarious sitcom. 1 episode. And I went, oh, this is not a
Yes.
How did that get to that already getting aired?
Right, Mistborn.
Yes. More importantly,
it's available at bertsbooks.co.uk. But also, what could you do?
We do a subscription of all of these.
We do. You can sign up. Sign up to the subscription, and we will send you the entire that exists Cosmere universe.
Yes.
In roughly
some
the
sort
publication
of
order.
Yes.
I think that's what we're doing.
Yes.
But yes, there is an order to it that we are sending them. So yes, visit bertsbooks.co.uk and do that. That is everything for this week.
Marvellous.
We have talked about Barbecue at Number 9 by Jenny Godfrey, and we have talked about Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson.
Lovely.
There is some extra homework for people this week.
Oh, okay.
So, first of all, there's the YouTube video. They've got to go and watch that.
Yes.
Then, there's a bonus episode of the Bert's Books podcast coming out on Thursday. And that is a interview that I did with Jenny Godfrey to talk about the Barbecue at Number 9.
Oh, lovely.
And it's a really good chat. I really enjoyed doing it. But what people need to be aware of is it's about half an hour, roughly. We spend the first 15 minutes chatting about the sort of premise of the book and how she wrote it and all of that stuff, the stuff that you'd get at any kind of book event.
Sure.
Then I fire off a big warning klaxon. I don't know what that sounds like yet because I haven't done it, but there's going to be a big warning klaxon, and at that point people either have to stop listening and come back later, or they're going to get spoilers. So we then go into the ending of it. And that was really interesting because we never get to talk to authors about what happens at the end.
No, it's very true.
Because it's always for a podcast like this or an event in the shop where we're trying to get people to buy the book.
Yeah, so tiptoeing around everything, don't you? Yeah.
And then the thing happens. Well, we talk about the thing and we go into detail about the very last line of the book and why she wrote it that way and when she came up with the idea. It's a really interesting chat. I'm going to see how it goes, and we might hopefully do some more of those with some other authors.
Very nice.
So that's coming on Thursday. Then we've got quite a number of events coming up. There is on Tuesday we've got Val McDermott.
Oh yes.
That she's going to be talking to us with Sarah Hillary.
Yes,
that's sold out.
That's at the Art Centre as well, isn't it?
Indeed, yes.
In the shop, that one.
That is sold out. But you will be able to order signed copies of books from both authors on the website following the event. So that's Tuesday night.
Lovely.
Wednesday night we've got Jenny Godfrey and we've got Ellie Levinson. That's sold out. But you will be able to order signed copies by both authors post the event. Then the following Monday we've got an event with Will Dean and Harriet Tice.
Yes.
That's sold out.
Just teasing these people.
But you will be able to buy some signed copies of the books afterwards. Then, in March, we've got an event with Claire McIntosh.
That's almost sold out.
That's sold out.
Oh yeah.
That's sold out. By the time people are listening to this, that has sold out. Yeah. But you'll be able to, guess what?
Order them on the website?
Get signed copies on the website.
Yes.
And we'll also set it up so that you can get signed copies of her new one, like do some dedications and stuff. We'll set that up. But, week just gone, Claire McIntosh launched one of her new things. It's called Get Booked.
Oh, yes.
And it's at the Theatr Clwyd in Mold, which is in Wales. And what she's doing is like a Graham Norton style chat show.
Very nice.
So she's going to get authors on, she's going to have a little chat with them, they're going to do silly things, they're going to talk about their books, and it's going to be a live theatre event. And that's going to be the main thing for it. So they've got one of those in there's one just happened.
Yep.
There's going to be another one in April.
Lovely.
And the idea is that potentially they'll do some more. And maybe even bring it on tour.
Nice.
But the reason I'm talking about this is because it's also sort of highlights of it are going to be on YouTube. And we are going to be sort of sponsoring that and filming that and arranging all of that. So we're going to be putting up videos of that on Claire McIntosh's Get Booked YouTube.
Lovely.
And we will have, so just gone, we had Ellie Griffiths, Vaseem Khan and Harriet Evans.
Nice.
We're going to have signed copies of their books on the website too.
Good.
So basically, you're not going to be able to move for signed books. And I say signed books, those will be book plates.
Yes.
So nice little stickers that are popped in the front of the book. But we will have those available. And you can go onto YouTube. It's not going to be available just yet. So the event was last week. We're going to put the videos up in March time.
Sure.
So if you really like this sort of thing and you want to go to it, the best thing to do is go to the theatre in Mold. If you can't make it, it will be on YouTube about a month later, parts of it. So that's worth looking into. I don't think there's anything else to talk about.
No, a bunch of other events on the website.
Loads of other events.
Sold out.
That aren't sold out. So we've got Patrick Gale, we've got Joanna Cannon, we've got Bobby Palmer and Mike Gale.
I'm excited for that one. I'm excited for them all, but that one was very good.
We've got Emma Healy and Emma Van Straten together.
Joanna Miller and Julie Owen Moylan as well.
Yes. So loads of events, lots of stuff coming up. We're going to be. I think that's everything I've got planned for an event wise at the moment.
I hope so, because I've updated the board in the shop and I was really worried you're going to add one more in the middle.
I don't think there's anything else coming, but who knows? See what happens. You can visit bertsbooks.co.uk, get yourselves booked in for those events, or just pre-order the books. We'll get you a signed copy at the event itself. Mm-hmm. You can email us, bert@bertsbooks.co.uk. You can write to us, Bert's Books, 54 Godwin Court, Swindon, SN1 4BB. We've had one letter.
Good.
Which we've lost.
No, we haven't.
Yes, we have. But do write to us. We will answer your questions, and whether it's on email or letter.
Yeah.
You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, and YouTube.
Oh, yes.
That list is getting longer.
I know.
I think let's just leave it there. Say goodbye, Michael.
Goodbye, Michael.